Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Net Trades. Today's topic of my first video is going to be on a WeBull margin account versus WeBull cash account. What is the difference? So a lot of you guys that are new to WeBull, which is the broker that I recommend, is going to give you an option for a margin account and a cash account, and I'm here to tell you guys the difference of what both are. Here's our agenda. First, we're going to be talking about what a cash account is, then a margin account, then key differences, and then what is going to be the best for you. Starting off with a cash account. For a cash account, you trade using only money you deposit. So that means if you put in $1,000, you have $1,000 worth of buying power. You don't borrow money, which means that you don't have any interest fees, any worry about not paying back. And you also can't short sell as a result of this. Short selling basically means that you think the stock is going to go down, you think it's bearish. But guys, that there is a way to short sell on cash accounts because a lot of the big index funds and big large cap companies have inverse stocks. So just make sure that you guys do some research on that because you can buy an inverse stock, and that is basically the same as short selling on a cash account. On a cash account, trades must settle, which is T plus 1 before funds can be reused. What this means is I have $1,000 in a cash account, and let's say this is for day trading, by the way, not investing. But let's say I wanted to buy $1,000 worth of stock and then sell it in the same day. Now I have $0 worth left of settled funds, which means I'm not allowed to day trade anymore with those funds. T plus one basically means that the day I trade plus one is when I'll get the funds back. So if it's a Monday and I trade with $1,000 worth of cash, on Tuesday I'll get all $1,000 back. I just can't go above my daily maximum per day. A cash account is great for new traders and those who have a lot of capital. A margin account allows you to borrow money from Webull to trade stocks and ETFs. What this basically means is that they'll give you something called a margin, hence the name margin account. So let's say you have 50K in there, they'll give you times 4 to trade with, which means 200K to trade with. But guys, you need to think about it. This amplifies your losses and amplifies your gains. So it is a bit more risky because you could be losing money that you don't necessarily have, hence a margin call, which I'll explain later, or you could be gaining money from a lot of money that isn't yours, if that makes sense. So basically, it's just enhancing your risk towards the upside and towards the downside marginally. Requires a 2% minimum balance to maintain margin privileges. What this basically means is you need $2,000 at least to be able to even get any margin. I think once you have more than 2,000, you get 2 times margin, and then anything above 25K is 4 times margin. On a margin account, you can short sell, you can leverage trades, which basically means what I talked about earlier, using their money with you, and you have access to instant buying power, guys. And what this basically means that let's say I have 25K in my account and I use all 25K, I can instantly use that 25K to trade again. I don't have to wait T plus 1. But guys, the thing about margin account is you are subject to interest rates from margin and PDT rule. First, let me explain what the PDT rule is. If you have less than 25K in your account, you can only make 3 trades per 5 rolling days. Basically, what this means that if Monday through Friday you can only make 3 trades. If Monday through Friday you don't make any trades and you make 3 trades on Friday, you can't make another 3 trades until next Friday. So basically, that means that every time you trade, you need 5 more days to get that trade back, and you only get 3 trades per week, if that makes sense. And the way you get away from this is if you have more than 25K in your account, you don't have a pattern day trader rule anymore. And then the other thing is you're subject to margin interest risk, which basically means that they're going to charge you, I'm pretty sure it's like 9% for Webull on every dollar that you borrow from them, because obviously they're not just going to give you money in leverage for nothing. They want to make money off that too. So you do get charged a rate on top of your margin, which you guys do have to think about. This will amplify losses more and also take away from gains. And then I want to explain what being margin called is. Being margin called basically means that you don't have enough money left in your account to cover the money that Webull has lent you. And they will basically make you close out all of your positions early. So this kind of sucks because let's say you're holding for a long-term position and you get margin called, you're going to be forced to close everything out at a loss. So you just have to do that extra math and make sure that the actual cash you have in your account covers Webull's margin, or else they will get really upset. So key differences, guys. Here we go. In a cash account, you only use your funds. You can't short sell. There's no margin, no PDT rules. But the settlement time is T plus 1. They changed it. It used to be T plus 2, but it's T plus 1, guys. You can options trade in a Webull cash account. But on a margin account, you trade your funds and borrowed funds. You are allowed to short sell. You get charged on your borrowed funds. Yes, there is PDT rules if you have less than 25K. Yes, you have a settlement wait time because you can only make 3 trades per week, so that's what that means. But if you have more than 25K, you don't have that settlement wait time anymore, and you can fully options trade on a margin account, which is best for you. Cash account is if you're new to trading, if you want to avoid interest and risk, and if you don't need to short or trade options actively. A margin account is if you are an experienced, keyword experienced day trader and you want to day trade and short sell. You have to understand risk management because there's a lot more risk. And if you're comfortable with leverage, basically using money that's not yours and getting interest on your margin. This was out. This was Net Trades, and I really, really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And as always, peace.